Hey, Chi-Town, and welcome back to Speak Your Mind Radio. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Star, and I'm dope, funny, and goofy. And you guys just never know who I'll be interviewing next because I love people and I love giving back. So join me on this magical journey from hidden underground talents to legendary film directors across the world. Or watch me get hyped off solo music reviews from cool tracks to hip hop beats. Because we now streaming on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. It's Miss Hip Hop and we live, baby. Time to represent Chicago's #1 podcast. Speak Your Mind. 3, 2, 1. What's up, Chicago, and welcome back to Speak Your Mind Radio. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Star, aka Miss Hip Hop. And today, y'all, we have a phenomenal guest in the house, okay? He is a songwriter, rapper, producer, you know what I'm saying? Multi-talented in all areas. And he's here to discuss his new EP, The Wandering Brainn, Volume 1. So, without further ado, bring it to the mic all the way from Patterson, New Jersey, my homie, Fusionn.
Oh, we got to get like the little, we got to get the sound effects and stuff. Yo, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for having me on today. I know that we've been waiting for this for quite some time, everybody. I'll tell you that, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, this is actually the second interview, right? Because we did the first one. The first one
6 months ago.
6 months ago. Then we did the whole group when we did the quarantine cleanup.
Yes.
And then now it's just the second interview, basically solo and stuff, man. But yeah, I'm excited to be on the show today. We got a lot to cover, man.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because I got a ton of questions, not just from myself, but from other people that's been hitting me up that are also fans of you. So we definitely got to get into it. This is a really cool interview. Okay. So, Fusionn, you already know what we do, the traditional icebreaker question, okay?
Oh, man. I'm waiting for this one. Yo, I was actually thinking about that, but I didn't get the chance to actually really think about like how this thing was going to go down. But yo, let's go. I'm ready.
All right. Okay, check it. How would you describe the genre of this particular EP, The Wandering Brainn, Volume 1?
Ooh, that's a crazy question there, yo. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was thinking about it, I was actually thinking about this when it first dropped. When it first dropped, I was thinking, damn, like what type of genre would I really call this? Because now when you kind of listen to the Wandering Brainn, you see that it's not just hip hop, man. It's a mixture of a lot of new stuff. You know what I mean? And of course, the club, house, techno, trance. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing: when I posted it up on SoundCloud, you gotta put it down as an actual genre. But the thing is, they have a custom button where you can just customize it and make it like several things. So, to be honest, there's just so many genres, yo. I would say hip hop, I'll say club, I'll say R&B, I'll say rap. You know what I mean? I'll say the new generation music, you know what I mean? I'd say everything pretty much, man. But yeah, that's the genre I would say. I would just say overall, you know what I mean? Everything. Alternative. There you go. That's the word.
Exactly. Like alternative hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit is lit, y'all. We're gonna get into it. But Fusionn, why don't you tell everybody who the real Fusionn is and what music means to you in your life?
Oh man, when it comes to music, man, I feel like music has to have a message and everything. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're gonna be making music, I feel like it's more like you have to spread that message out. You know what I mean? You have to be able to give a message to the people where they can be able to live on with stuff. You know what I mean? Because think about it. I understand everybody nowadays, everybody is making one-hit wonders and all this other stuff and everything. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against that. But when you kind of think about like real long music that just like stays alive for a long time. Like for example, you can go back and listen to some of Big Pun's albums
exactly.
You know what I mean? You could go back, listen to Biggie's albums from front to back. Like
Mm.
that's an album you want to create. You want to create a message to give to the people. So no matter what, that music will never expire. It'll always grow no matter what.
Exactly.
And that's the message I
Exactly.
try to portray to people. You know what I mean? Um, when we talk about music, I love to make relatable content. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So relatable content is something that I love to give people because I feel like every single time I'm rapping and I'm putting out music, I'm giving people stuff that I'm giving people stuff that relates to them, so that way they can linger on. You know what I mean? So that way they can move on and be like, "Yo, I heard my man Fusionn talk about third eye, bro, to keep your third eye open. Yo, I've been through that, man. Yo, and I
Me
appreciate you
too.
making that music. You know what I mean? Because I always have to keep my third eye open.
Yeah.
Uplifted on my birthday on the 14th when the
Mm-hmm.
Wandering Brain dropped. He
Mm-hmm.
he defined it like perfectly. He's like,
Definitely.
yo, I ain't sweating all the bullshit that's going on, blah blah, and everything else. I'm keeping my third eye open, he like fucking just broke it down, and
Right.
that's what I love. I love to make relatable content. That's me as an artist. As an artist, I would love to always keep making relatable content. That way, it can always carry on in the future. People can go back and listen to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But
So I want to ask you something now. I want to just jump right into the album. Like the breakdown from the intro skit, all the way to the first, all the way to the first song. Like, explain the dope concept behind the Wandering Brain Volume One, and who Willie and Dilly represent in your mind.
all right, so before the Wandering Brain dropped, I was actually talking to my girl Kim, and I was telling her, "Hey, look, man, I got to come out with an intro." Me and my homie Billy was supposed to get together and talk about the situation, and well, we didn't get the chance to meet up. So I was like, "Yo, I got to come out with something through my head, like just random, and
Mm-hmm.
create it to make it sound like something like an intro."
Mm.
But when I kind of thought about the Wandering Brain, now let's talk a little bit about the concept of what the Wandering Brain is about. I think that's the reason why the intro comes in. Is
Mm.
a lot of people who listen to that intro. I want you guys to understand that when you listen to that intro, it's not because it's just fun and all this other stuff. You hear Willie and Dilly. You know what I mean? That's just random people that come out the mind. You know what I mean? Just
Mm.
Willie and Dilly, or I just wanted to call anybody anything. But
Mm-hmm.
the main concept of the Wandering Brain is just the idea of what's inside Fusionn's mind
Yeah.
when it comes to just being the Wandering Brain. You get what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Being
Mm-hmm.
the person he is, being the guy who used to do radio stations, who used to do freaking podcasting, a person who used to wrestle, a person who used to do this. That's the Wandering Brain concept. I was just in the mood of being like, yo, I gotta release what's in my mind. So the
Mm.
Wandering Brain came in, and that's appreciate Blanco for bringing that alias up. You know what I mean? Because Blanco was the one who came out with that Wandering Brain concept.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, me and him, we were. That's why it came to Mastermind and the Wandering Brain. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
okay. Makes
so
sense.
I appreciate Blanco for that.
Shout
You
out to
know,
Blanco.
yeah, shout outs to Blanco for that. So I came out to that point where I wanted to create something that is not just hip hop related, you know what I mean, and everything else. I wanted to get everything out there. I wanted everybody to see the difference of what I do, not just a
Mm-hmm.
rapper. Guys, I'm more than just a rapper here, man. I'm more than just hip hop here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. Let me just point
Mm-hmm.
that out because in the track "Watch Me Do Me," it says it at the end. You know what I mean? Where
Boy, boy.
it says it in the end, you know what I mean? As labeled myself as a musician because I'm more than a rapper. It became to a point where I'm more than a rapper. My boy Billy came out with that concept. He said, "Yo, stop calling yourself a rapper. That's it. You're more than a rapper now. You're an audio engineer. You're a producer. You're a rapper. You're a singer. You do hip hop. You know what I mean?" And then I'm just like,
Yes.
okay, I'm gonna carry on with that. So the Wandering Brain, the concept of the Wandering Brain is to give you guys the the idea of what's running in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
The intro is basically my mind. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, the intro is step into the wandering brain. Let me continue giving you the real shit. You get what I
That's
mean?
right.
Let me continue giving you a ride of your life so you would never forget the content that comes out that I put out. You get what I mean? And that's
Yes.
when I came down to a point where I came down with a little story. You know, the storytelling was Willie and Dilly. Willie and Dilly, Willie and Dilly are people who don't know who I am. You get what I mean? So
Hmm.
Willie and Dilly don't know who I am, but as soon as they join in and find out who I am, they want to ride on the mindset that I have. You get what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
then that's how I made it sound like a little theme park and shit. You know what I
That's
mean?
dope as
Yeah.
hell.
You know,
Creative as hell.
little concepts on, of course, ICP, you know what I mean? Because I'm a big Insane Clown Posse person, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So that was little hints of that, you know what I mean? A little bit of that, but that's what it was. It was the truth shall set you free. That's what he said at the end of the intro. So that's why that was the concept. The concept was, yo, guys, I'm gonna give you a ride inside my mind to figure out what exactly is
Exactly.
going on. And
Exactly.
that was the whole concept of the Wandering Brain. That's why you guys got what you got, you know what I mean? So
Which was a lot to be
yeah,
thankful for. A lot of good, great music. And I want to actually go from the intro to the very first song, The Wandering Brain.
Wandering Brain, yeah.
Fusionn, you one of the only artists that I
Mhm.
know that can rap off a classical beat like Ice Cube. You know how we do.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And make it sound like your own. Like that's incredible. That's a gift right there, and it set the whole vibe
Mhm.
of where I can see your career potentially going after this interview,
Yeah.
after the things that come after the EP. It's so many questions to be asked, man. You
Yeah,
are
I mean, like the that first track that came out, like I didn't think I was gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with you, with that beat, it's so hard for an artist to get on that. You know what I mean?
it
It's like
is.
you have to come in with like an NWA type feel. You know what I mean? Or a little
That's
Dr.
right.
Dre. But when you kind of hear it, that's basically the concept I was going by. Where when Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, they made that track called Dre Day. You know what I mean? Where he's
Yeah.
see everybody in the club inside this whole house party type thing, and
Okay.
Dre's in there just pointing people out. You know what I mean? He's not even
Yes.
dancing; he's just chilling there. And then Snoop Dogg just one of the fucking scariest in that video, man. He looking scary as
Yes.
hell. But but when when I created that track, I was just in that mindset of like, you know what, I wanna bring a different sound to you guys. I want to be able to not just being able to give you guys I can't like if it's just something like me just putting out the regular hip hop and boom bap rap. I didn't want to do that. That's why I got into like the West Coast stuff. I got into like the whole, you know what I mean, when we talk later on about the rest of the project.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, but definitely was a good start
It
for a
was.
project to start off the from the intro to that track
Especially
was
now, man.
perfect, man. It was like really
Perfect.
perfect. And I listened to the project left and right. Kim was like just hearing the project left and right. We were making sure that like the concept was right there for you guys. You know what I mean? But the good thing about the situation is this.
Oh,
I love the fact that I was able to um put it out for you guys, and you guys were asking questions. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because I want that. I want it where it's like people were like, "Yo, wait a minute, what happened here?" You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
not bad, but like
Right.
or like, "Yo, what happened, bro?" Like
Wha-
you evolved. You know what I
It,
mean? And
tremendously.
yeah, so
This whole
that was in.
this whole EP is evolution of Fusionn. Like
Yeah.
like seriously. And speaking of the evolution of Fusionn, I want to talk about some of my favorite tracks off the EP.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's start off with Watch Me Do Me. That boy, if that ain't motivation right there, and the message in the song to me is quite humbling, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you really showed your ass on this song. I mean, I don't know like what to say really, but what experiences in your life reflect that track? Watch Me Do
So
Me.
so Watch Me Do Me was it was a track that I was working on for a while actually. I had this track uh lingering on because I was trying to find a proper way to be on it. I did have a couple people on it first. When I had Ghost as an original verse on there.
Okay.
Big shout outs to Ghost.
For
Sorry.
sure.
Yeah, I couldn't. I had his verse up there. The reason why I had to just find a way to make it like my own is because I felt that the project was missing a single. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I started revolving around how I'm gonna come out on the track and everything else, I started looking toward 2020 itself, you know what I mean? 2019 on how everything was going in my life when Trust Me I'm a Rapper came out, and I was going through a situation with the business I was running, and the way I had to retire wrestling in the beginning of 2020 due to personal health issues. I was telling myself, I'm like, you know what? I think Watch Me Do Me would be something that I will give people. I want to give people the. It just says it in the beginning of the track where it just says, the best thing for a beginning is the truth to admit. There ain't nobody to blame but the man in my reflection. Because
Right.
the only reason why things went the way it did is because I allowed it to happen the way it did. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that's the problem, is a lot of people when they when they write music, sometimes we throw shots at certain people and all that. And trust me, I'm a rapper, had a lot of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had a lot where I was throwing shots left and right, and it opened a lot of people's eyes, and a lot of people's mouths and shit just
Yeah.
start running.
Right.
So, but the main thing was that it showed it that Watch Me Do Me track, and the way the concept was and everything, it basically put down that there was nobody to blame but myself. Meditation, because I used to go to meditation. I actually stopped. My meditation class used to always tell me the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like if you build the enemy in your mind because you put it in your mind. You get what I mean?
Mm.
You can't do that. So when
Mm.
you build that enemy in your mind, he's an enemy in only your mind. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man.
So when it becomes a not making an enemy, you don't make any enemies. All you do is, you keep it where it is. You know what I mean? You don't need to be friends with everybody, but
No, you don't.
you can always show love from a distance. I
Exactly.
I took it as that, and then I started reflecting more on, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna have to run with. I'm just gonna have to run with. It's not nobody's fault. It's
Right.
it's my fault for allowing it to be like this. If
Exactly.
if that was the case, then maybe things might have been different. Because I always used to blame people. I'm gonna be real honest with everybody. When certain things happen, I blame others for the situation. But in
Wow.
reality, it's not that. It's mainly myself that allowed it to happen like that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? My
Mm.
music won't be done unless I'm the one that sits here and allows something to be a distraction to the
Mm-hmm.
music I create. You know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
had to make it where meditation showed me that to throw away the stuff I have to throw away, I have to throw them stuff away and realize that I have to live in a free mind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where there's nobody to blame, there's no enemy, there's nothing. If there's anybody to blame, it's myself. That's why Watch Me Do Me came out. That's why the verses came out the way they came out. But I'm glad that you like that track, because that was actually one of the tracks that I definitely like really zoomed out a lot, man. A lot of people said that track was really good.
Yeah,
So
that track was, like I said, motivation, and I related to it, because I felt that before. I've
yeah,
been there before. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of other people that listen to the track can relate as well.
yeah, facts.
But man, Fusionn, look,
Definitely.
you surprised a lot of motherfuckers on this album. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to jump straight into the diversity of it.
Oh shit! I know the first track you about to mention is the track after "Watch Me Do Me," right?
Yes. Yes.
Love,
It's
love connection.
yes. Love connection. Oh my freaking goodness. Love connection and tonight.
Yeah, oh yes, yes, yeah. We're gonna talk about tonight too.
Yes.
So, so love connect. Okay, so let's jump into love connection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so love connection was a song that was supposed to be on an EP called Something Different. So
Mm.
not a lot of people know that. It's because let me just tell you guys something. Um, me as an artist, me as the mindset that I had before, I was mainly more on the underground thing where it's like, yo, I want to stick to the underground, blah, blah, and all this other stuff. But after the conversation I had with my friend Billy, he was the one who was telling me, like, yo, I think you're more than that right now, blah, blah. We had like a real deep conversation on me being a musician.
Wow.
He even said it himself, was like that. He was like, you have to show people now your difference. You have to hit people hard because people are not gonna, they're not gonna realize that, you know what I mean, until you actually hit them with it. So then I'm like, okay. So I ended up doing that where Love Connection came in. They said hit them with something in the beginning, you know what I mean? And that's why the track list came out the way it was. It's because I wanted to hit somebody with something in the beginning and which fed up to the Tonight track. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So Love Connection basically just demonstrates just everything, man. The love connection, you know what I mean? It was a general outlook because at the time when I was making that track, it was general. You know what I mean? So everybody will just be like, yo, this is something, because you got to make general music, you know what I mean? Something that can relate to everybody, but
Right.
then something that everybody could use toward their significant other or something like that. You got to
Exactly. And that's what
So
I got out of. Go ahead.
yeah, so Love Connection did that. It ended up bringing that out or whatever. You know what I mean? Of course, I have my Love Connection that's sitting
Of
right
course, sitting right behind
behind
you.
me. My Love Connections here. Everybody, you know what I mean? That's the way the track is supposed to just bring out. It's just that love connection. So yeah, I surprised the hell out of everybody with that
You
track.
really did.
That track is still to this day still surprises the shit out of me because I love the way it all came out. I love the way the harmonizing came out, the
Me
singing came
too.
out. I love it all. You know what I mean? And this has been this has been worked on in two different studios. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because the first studio was my old producer that I used to mess with. He was the one that recorded the track, but then I had to do it over here. So I was practicing like my mixing and mastering. Since I'm going for the degree for audio production, I was working on the audio engineering side of things. So something that my instructor was telling me was you have to take time every single day to mix and master projects so that way you can get an ear for everything. And
Right.
as soon as that, I just started mixing and mastering the shit out of Love Connection. You know what I mean? Like so many times, I was changing things. I was doing this. I was doing that. It was fucking wonderful, man. But I would say that track definitely is one of a kind. Definitely is.
Definitely. I definitely agree with you. Like I said, it surprised the shit out of me because just like both of those songs in general, Love Connection and Tonight, it to me, in my opinion, it was the perfect mixture of singing and rapping. And it's something that I wouldn't expect to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah,
usually rap over boom bap beats. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly. And
So
that was the big thing. Is it showed everybody like, yo, what the hell? What am I listening to? Because that's the first reaction everybody thinks of. The first thing is when people listen to things like that after all the things they heard before, they're
yeah.
expecting, oh shit, yo, we about to hear some real nitty gritty hip hop. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Just like Blanco told me, man. Like when he was listening to the Wandering Brain Volume 1, he was telling me like in the AM and shit, and he was just sitting in the car just chilling. And when Tonight came on, he's like, "What the
What the
fuck?"
fuck?
Yeah,
Right.
and he's like, "Yo, this shit's fucking hot." And then
Hot.
after that, he was like, "Yo, man, like the rap came in when you was doing the rapping and all that. Like, it fucking came in swell, bro." So it
It
definitely was a good thing.
definitely. It gave me the feeling of I know you heard of Childish Gambino's
Yeah,
heartbeat. Like
yeah,
he
hard.
just like going in
Yeah,
and shit. Like I'm like, this dude, oh my
yeah.
God. You
That definitely brung it out. And then just to talk about Tonight, you know what I mean?
mhm.
Tonight was a definitely a good thing too, man. Like Tonight gave that vibe, man. Tonight was always giving that vibe regardless. I've that track that track that I always was messing around with every single time just to try to make sure that it was perfected the right way. But when
Mm.
you hear it, it's just like something that can just be played and like one of them big grand stages, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Where just people
Exactly.
having fun and chilling.
Yes.
And when that came out, it was just the message too. It was just like wow, you know what I mean? Like that definitely came out to be good, you know what I mean? And guys,
Yeah.
just want to let you guys know, it's like that's not the end of this. You know what I mean?
Thank God.
It's not the end of it.
Favorite shit ever.
Volume 1 was just to get you guys a little taste of how the Wandering Brain works. You know what I mean? And we still didn't find out what happened with Willie and Dilly after the whole.
No, not exactly, exactly. Because you know that was one of my questions. Like, we're gonna have a Wandering Brain Volume 2, because you can't just leave us hanging. The creepy man said one of y'all gonna die. So who died?
Yeah, it's like we're it's still gonna come and play. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm still doing the boom bap no matter what. You know what I mean? Because that's something that I'm always really good at. But I just want to give you guys something different here, guys. I don't want to be like I don't want to limit myself anymore. You know what I mean? I was limiting myself before because I felt like that was the mindset of things. You know what I mean? And who cares if I get signed? If I get signed to Psychopathic Records with Insane Clown Posse, if I get signed to Magic Ninjas Entertainment with Twisted and them, if I get signed to one of these big labels, it really doesn't matter. To be honest, it's to that point where I'm bringing diversity into this. You know what I mean? I want everybody now to see the fusion now. You know what I mean? I want everybody to see what creates fusion. What is in his mind? Why does he limit himself from doing this and doing that? You know what I mean? So that definitely is a good thing. So
I think so too. Now I want to talk about the Never Settle track featuring Will Gates.
Will Gates, my man, bro.
Woo, y'all blew the roof off this joint. You feel me? Like, the intensity behind the storytelling was on point. You hear me? Like, on point, my nigga. Like, oh my God. Like, we gotta talk about that right there. Like, what was the message behind this song that you was trying to get across to everybody?
So with Will Gates, now big shout outs to Uplifted, because Uplifted was the one who connected me with Will Gates.
Shout out to Uplifted, man.
Yeah, shout outs to Uplifted, man. Much fucking love to Uplifted, bro. For real. Like, he's always been like really down with us since the beginning. With Will Gates, because I didn't even know, because sometimes I try to create features with certain people, and then it goes at 100 and sometimes it doesn't, but it all depends due to time frames. You know what I mean? Because everybody is either busy or we're all working on something and we can't find that time to do the feature. Now with me and Will Gates, I told Gates, I was like, yo, Gates, look, man, I have this beat here, just right from this to this. Gates, in a matter of fucking minutes,
I believe you.
He laid it out and just sent it to me and said, yo, this is what I got, bro. Let me know what you think. When I heard Will Gates, I'm just like, bro, this flow is fucking amazing, bro.
Ain't it?
Like his flow is
his voice, dude.
Yeah, and his
it's
voice
heavy.
Yeah.
It's
like,
heavy. It stood out.
So Will Gates, and it's funny that you said that, because I showed this to my friend Billy. He was listening to it and he was just like, yo, bro, like, yo, who's that? It's like, that's Will Gates. He's like, yo, it's fucking flow is phenomenal. I'm like, yeah, man, he's good. And he's got a lot of good tracks, man. Like, big shout outs to him. You know what I mean? He's been doing a lot, and then he's working on his project and everything. And we were just trying to figure out, because Never Settle was something that we were trying to just tuck in. You know what I mean? We didn't know if we were just going to release it yet. We didn't know we were going to do anything. So when I just told him, I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to throw it on the Wandering Brain, man. I think it's something that should be out there. So then that's when Will Gates was like, you know what, yo, definitely, man, I'm down for it. So then I wrote my stuff. I put down the message where, there was just certain things in the past. So basically the messages, we never settle for anything. You know what I mean? We always keep going no matter what. So I was always, running into situations that was, distracting my music careers and everything else, and just showing people that I'm still in the game no matter what.
Right.
And basically the end of the track, because the end of the track is probably what kind of get a lot of people, is when I said called up the homie Will Gates, and he quickly pulled out the medal, told him I'm ready to give him my all, meet with the devil. I was basically mentioning that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it takes to whatever I have to do to get where I need to be. I'll meet with the devil and let him know what's up. You know what I mean?
Damn.
I'm going to continue doing what I got to do no matter what. So that's why that whole thing was the situation. Now, I know you guys probably heard the beginning of that track where it's funny random voicemails and shit.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. Now, was
Yeah.
those voicemails real, man?
No. I mean, they were real, but they, of course, I was using as prompts because remember, the wandering brain is supposed to be something that's just running in my mind, like
yes,
crazy. You know what I mean?
yes.
So that's why it was in there, to give people that
that effect.
Remember, this shit is funny as hell. Remember, this is
Yes.
it's supposed to be a funny EP. It's not supposed to be something that's supposed to be like lined up and shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because when you kind of think about it, the tracks, they're not lined up the way they're supposed to. They are lined up as in when you're listening to it left and right, you could be like, okay, yeah, I love that he put his track here and he put his track there. You know what I mean? So that's what gives people that feel. But when you kind of really like dissect it more, you sit there and you be like, yo, there's a lot of random stuff in here. But the reason why it's random is because it's the wandering brain. It's what I have in my head. You know what I mean? It's something that's running through my mind all the time.
All the time, like clockwork. Your brain never shuts down. It's always
never.
thinking and creating. And this album definitely.
That's why I came out with that track. Remember that when I first came back, when I was like,
yes, we took the hiatus.
Yeah.
Boy,
that track is fucking hot. You know, I still listen to that shit. That shit's hot.
When you take breaks and you come back, you're on fire. Like nothing is stopping you, nothing's getting in your way. You have a vision and you go for it. Indeed. You can tell.
Definitely never settled. Definitely did his thing, man. Big shout outs to Will Gates, real shit.
Shout out to Will motherfucking Gates for sure. Okay, man. Now I want to get serious with you for a minute. Now I listen to a lot of music on a daily.
Yeah.
And when I hear something, I know I know it's something there. So I'm just gonna ask you, and this is hard for me to ask you, but the track Habits. You revealed your whole entire soul on this track. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to ask you, were you really contemplating suicide on your journey, man?
So here's the message behind the Habits track. I recently lost a friend of mine. And not a lot of people probably might think this is like just like whatever, you know what I mean, this and that. But I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts at a time, and before, of course I was doing the music around like 04, you know what I mean? And I was working at Dunkin' Donuts, and there was this old guy who he was from India, and he had a limp I remember the first time I ever talked to him. There was a time where I didn't have any money, right, to eat. So I'm like, yeah, I don't have no money to eat, man. I don't have no money to eat, bro, so I can't buy anything. And I remember back in the day, man, see, now it's just like whatever we eat, it's like whatever to us. And I start to realize that because like the more older you get, the more you get tired of the foods that's coming out. He was the one that I remember at that time. I was so in love with the number 4 from Dunkin' Donuts, the sausage, egg, and cheese, and the fucking the coffee and everything. And I told him one time, I remember I went on break, and then he comes up to me, he's like, buddy, why you not eating? And I'm like, oh, because I don't have any money, man. I gotta wait till I get paid. You don't have money, buddy. That don't mean you don't need to eat. He goes to the back, and I'm thinking, he's just going to do his work. Now, this guy fucking gave me a sandwich, bro. Like this fucking high, bro.
Dang.
Sandwich this high, just saying, eat, buddy, eat. Goes in the refrigerator, starts grabbing whatever, and starts giving it to me. Whatever. He's like, what do you want, soda? Or you want this? I'm like, yo, let me get that. Boom. And after that, I always used to think like he was just some random ass guy, because he had like a limp, you know what I mean? He was old. He was an old guy. So he had a limp, you know what I mean, everything. And, he told me his story. And this guy, man, has been with me for a long time, man, since the Dunkin' Donuts days. He was with me from start all the way till the end. No matter.
So that's him on the track at the end?
No. That guy. So I'm gonna tell you what it was. So basically, when I said that on the track, I was saying I was thinking about suicide, is because when I heard that I just lost him a couple months ago.
I'm sorry.
And that shit broke me. When I say that shit broke me, that shit was the only fucking thing that I thought about that same day that I heard about the situation. when he passed, that shit fucked me up. I had a conversation with my girl about the situation. I remember when I first, because this was a Sunday that I ended up going to the Dunkin' Donuts to just get something for the family and shit before I go to work. I go over there, and then when I hear about the message, I give her a call. I tell her to pass it to my mother. She puts it on speaker, and I'm just crying. I get to fucking work, and I'm just crying. Now, here's the fucking thing: is see, I was working on trying to get that track put together. You know what I mean? So I had a couple verses here and there, but nothing hit harder than the verse that I wrote when I was crying. When that happened, that's what was happening. Was that it was a suicide letter that I was writing, where it kind of jotted down why I wanted to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? And it summed up everything on just everything that's in my mindset. Why the fuck is happening, and blah blah and everything else. That whole suicidal shit turned into a song.
Damn, thank you, God.
Now, here's the situation. I'm gonna tell you why. Is because I started thinking about just everybody in general. You know what I mean? My girl. You know what I mean? How I feel about her and everything, and what I really want to do to be able to keep helping out with her daughter, you know what I mean, everything, because I still look at it as that's my daughter, you know what I mean, this is my girl, and my peoples and everything, everybody who looks up to me, you know what I mean, because here's where it stopped me, is because that audio message that you hear at the end of the track is the man Hobbsy, who I always shout out on the on the Instagram all the time.
Definitely.
I don't know who the fuck Javi is, but Hobbsy shows love every fucking time I put something out.
Amen.
Every time. And for him to, he doesn't even know fucking English. And
I know.
For him to send out that audio message on Instagram to tell me that he fucking loves what I do showed that I had to stay up.
That's right.
That's why at the end of that track I said, where I said at the end of the suicide message, I said, I'm not going nowhere. And that's when I crumbled up the paper and I threw it away. So see, my girl didn't know about it until I mentioned it. My mom didn't know about it until I mentioned it. But my mother was talking to me, my girl, and my mother was basically saying, yo, Juan is not going to do what he does. For everybody who doesn't know, that's my real name. Juan is not going to do what he does. It's because God is by him all the time. So no matter what happens, God is there to control his mind in a way where, you know what I mean, where's that? So what he'll do is he'll send loved ones in order to tell me, yo, don't do this. You know what I mean? Yo, don't do this. So that's where she comes in. The mindset comes up. I can't do this shit because this, you know what I mean? Or I can't do it because of that. You know what I mean? So then it puts me in that position where it's like that. Yes, that was the suicidal note. But thank you to you guys. You on the other hand, you know what I mean? You on the other side giving me the proper notice and helping me out and acknowledging the fact that I'm a fucking musician, that I could do what I got to do, you know what I mean? And I'm able to help others grow no matter what, you know what I mean? You and then everybody else on Instagram who shows love all the time, you know what I mean? My girl who's always showing love, making sure that my mindset is right.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I appreciate you guys for that. That's why that note was crumbled. That's why shit didn't go the way it's supposed to. Yes. Yes, indeed, I did lose somebody. That was very fucking, like, very, very close to me. I even reached out to his son, because his son, when I reached out to his son, I asked him, what happened, blah, blah. He told me about the situation. And then he tells me, you know what's crazy is my father would always talk about you. Like, damn, you know what I mean? Like,
wow.
No matter what, he would always talk about me. He was like, oh, yeah, what's that? He said, he showed them all the wrestling matches I did. He showed them all the music I did. You know what I mean? He did everything. He always says, that's my best friend. And I love him. You know what I mean? So that's the message behind Habits, where I wanted to let you guys know what was going through my head, what was what was gonna what was gonna take place, but I can't, like, I'm not gonna tell you guys that I got a suicidal mind. I'm not gonna tell you guys that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a point where they start to push. You know what I mean? Where
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they start to lose themselves. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And in reality, I don't look in a way of doing that. I look in a way of trying to be a lot better than what
Mm-hmm.
I am now. You know what I mean? So that's the message behind Habits. Big shout outs to Kuso, because Kuso was the one that made that track, and then he said, "Yo, put it on your project."
Go
So
Cusco, hey.
big shout outs to Kuso. Kuso's the fucking man, bro. Like, I love all the shit he does. My girl loves all the shit he does too.
He does really good stuff.
I cannot wait until he until he actually comes to Speak Your Mind Records. You know what I mean? And really does a track here, man. But big shout outs to Kuso. Real shit.
That's what's up. Big shout out to Cusco if you listening, man, which I know you are.
Yeah, definitely.
This is so dope, man. I mean, I just gotta thank you for just, I don't know, like writing that track or whatever, because as strong as some people seem to be, they always, like you said, have their breaking point. And
Yeah.
you may even contemplate on that for a minute, but what you said was real. God sent his angels that's in
Yeah.
your life to you to say, no, Fusionn, no, not this, not the time. We're not doing this right now. We're not doing this ever. You got to
Correct.
keep on the right track. So I definitely appreciate that track. So yeah.
No, definitely. And then of course too, I'm looking at some of the comments here too. Big shout outs to Blanco tuning in. My girl too. She says, I love that you do features with people around the world. Other than the same circle. It's true, because I love to expand myself. That's
Mhm.
why I have features from so many people from different places. You know what I mean? And that's my thing right now is is I wanted to do that from the beginning. I want to be able to expand that. I want to be able to meet different people. I want to hear different flows. I want to hear different styles. I want to hear different mindsets. And that's why I reach out. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, man. I know you guys probably know, man. You know what I mean? I sit there and I share people who just don't who try to rap. You know what I mean? And you know they'll say some shit like this and like that, whatever. They'll say some random stuff, but it's like I don't shut them down, bro. That's the fucking problem with the music industry. So everybody has to be able to feel like they're the fucking best. You know what I mean, guys? It's always good to try to help people get where they want to be. That's why everybody who has a track where they don't have good quality, they're rapping off their fucking phone, bro. It's because they probably don't have equipment or the money to get the shit. You know what I mean? It's not because they can't do it. Yes, they do have to put time and money in the situation. That is correct. But the main fucking thing about this whole thing is I want to be able to inspire people. That's
Exactly.
why I'm inspiration. When
Exactly.
people hear the track, I don't want them saying, "Yo, I want to be like Fusionn." No, I want them to say, like, "Yo, man, I want to do the same thing you're doing, bro, but I want to do it in my own way." That's
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly.
and that's what it is. And that's why when I share people like my homeboy Zodiac. He has a couple things up there. Yeah, he's talking about some wild stuff on his tracks, you know what I mean? But then I tell him, yo, work on your quality, man. Work on your quality a little bit, develop a little flow, this and that. You know what I mean? Like things like that, you know what I mean? Like I'm always trying to help people. That's why you guys get the messages you get in your DMs when I'm sending you motivation. You know what I mean? That motivation is not coming from just random ass shit that I'm getting from fucking Google, bro. These are that shit I'm writing.
That's right. I mean? That's right.
I'm writing it because I'm trying to tell you guys, keep fucking striving, keep inspiring
going.
people. You know what I mean? Like my man Art by Happy Face just said right now on Instagram. You know what I mean? Real talk, keep that mindset, homie. Strive to inspire people. That's what I want to do. I want to inspire people. I don't give a fuck if you don't rap, bro. If you're owning a business, if you're doing this, you're doing that. And watch the shiesty niggas in your circle. That's it.
Right.
You know
that's right.
That's just the way it is. It's
period.
Just in reality, everything I'm making, everything I'm doing, guys, I'm not here to try to show off. Because that's one thing I'm not trying to fucking do. I've been from the bottom all the way up, just like you guys, man.
Yes.
From the time that I started, this fucking room used to be Speak Your Mind Radio.
I know. I know.
This room used to be Speak Your Mind Radio. It started here, it got out, went up to another spot, did my thing, and what happened? There was a message that was always telling me every single day that I tell everybody.
I know.
There's a fucking message behind me telling me, yo, Fusionn, you ready to rap? No,
Yes.
not yet, man. Not yet, man. I'm owning a business. Yo, Fusion, you ready to rap? Nah, man. I'm a pro wrestler now. I'm a pro wrestler. Yo,
Man.
Fusion, you ready to do this? Nah, man, because I'm doing this, bro. That's the problem. My problem was I was brushing away Fusion like he don't exist. I said it in my music every fucking time.
Come
I was
on,
brushing
man.
Fusion away like he don't exist.
Right.
And now, what can I say about now? I feel like I'm in place. I feel like I have not lost touch. I feel like I can come back in the music scene and still do my thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's the thing. I try to do that, and that's why I am giving everybody the inspiration, man. You know what I mean? I want to inspire you guys, bro. This is more like inspiration, man. Big shout outs to the guys out there inspiring, man. Kilo's one guy who inspires the shit out of the city. You know what I mean? So with Kilo being so big up there, I look at Kilo and I look up to him because I'm like, God, you know what I mean? You the man here. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
Shout out
love
to
the
Kilo.
style. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Blanco has certain stuff that I don't have, and I look up to Blanco for shit.
Yeah,
Blanco
I feel
looks up to me.
you.
I look up to
Yes.
Ill. They'll look up to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's a whole inspiration circle, and I want you guys to
Mhm.
understand that music is supposed to inspire people, not make you guys feel like you have to go against each other in a
Thank
fucking
you.
in a challenge in a tournament, guys. It's not, you're not gonna get nowhere with that shit. You know what I mean? And of course,
Exactly.
and if you still sit here and think that you're probably not gonna make it off the strength of love and all this other stuff, you got wrong, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The only reason why people get off the strength of love is because when you get that actual fan base that fuck with you, that's the only thing you get is love. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
When you're part of a record label, it's a little different. You know what I mean? Of course, because you have to follow by what they're doing. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that's the reason why I want to get signed to Psychopathic. That's the reason why I want to get signed to fucking Magic Ninjas Entertainment, because it's more about the people more than the fucking record label. You get what I mean? So,
Yes.
but that's my main thing, right? I just have to let that out right there, bro. You know what I mean? Because
Oh no.
I'm inspired, bro. I just look to inspire, man.
Exactly. You brought up a good point. I mean, music is there to inspire. And when you have a heart to inspire, then things come back to you in such a way that's like 10 times fold. Like whatever you put out there, you're gonna get back, period. You know what I'm saying? And watch me work. Watch me work. And this is the vibe I'm getting from you right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and it's the thing, guys. It's like because a lot of people think like it has to be big. It doesn't need to be big, bro. It doesn't need to be big. I lost, like I said, I lost businesses. I lost certain friends due to crazy shit. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of stuff, man. And the thing is, materialistic things don't matter. You know what I mean? So 'cause a lot of people think that that's where you get things back. You know what I mean? Or you get things back from when you do something you feel like you didn't get anything back. Bro, I got something back, man. You know what I mean? Like the gem behind me. You know what I mean? That's a fucking gem, bro.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Not a lot of people got this in their fucking
No,
life.
they don't. They
You know what
don't
I
have
mean?
that in their corner
So
at all.
exactly. So it's a gem. So when you kind of look at everything, it's like I fucking I I got something in my life because I did something in my life really good. So I got something back. The things that you don't unexpected, the unexpected is the shit that you would not realize that you'll have to. The unexpected is something that is like you'll just randomly know, like like for example, like this fucking mouse, you know what I mean, or something like that. Like I did something good, then out of nowhere, a couple weeks later, I ended up getting a mouse because I needed a mouse or some shit. That's something that was given, you know what I mean? It was something that was given. Something, here, you provided some good deeds, so here's a good deed for you. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Just fuck with the mouse, but
No,
whatever.
I'll fuck with you. I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to get that out there though. But no, in reality, guys, just inspiration, guys. Inspire others, you know what I mean? No matter what you do. I don't care if you're doing music, business, or anything else, man. Just inspire, man. Inspire. That's all I ask, yo.
And speaking of inspiration and inspiring, what inspired the track "The Fallout" featuring the homie Blanco? Because first of all, let me tell you, the hook was off the chain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It definitely got damn near to the point and everything. But what inspired this particular song between you two?
So me and Blanco, man, me. So here's the thing: a lot of people don't know. Me and Blanco, just because we work with music now, we've always known each other from way back. You know what I mean?
Right.
We just never got the chance to actually link and do something because we were always like everywhere. You know what I mean? With different people. So, me and Blanco with the Fallout. Now, when Blanco made the chorus for the Fallout,
Mm-hmm.
I had something in mind because I know Blanco always used to tell me that whenever I speak to Blanco, he feeds off of what I tell him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be able to create some content. And
Yeah.
it is, and that's good because
I've
I always tell
noticed that.
Blanco, like, Blanco, that's good that you think like that, bro, because
Mm-hmm.
that's how I want you to be. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
want you to be able to like build yourself off of shit that's relatable music. Because when I listen to the Fallout, let's say if it was a single, you know what I mean? And Blanco had a single called The Fallout. If I listened to it, I'd be like, yo, that's some shit that I go through. You know what I mean? So me and Blanco, when Blanco made that chorus and I heard it, I told him, I was like, yo, I love the way you came out with the chorus. I
Me
love the
too.
verse. I love all that stuff. We were
Mm-hmm.
actually live. I remember that time we recorded that track. I remember it was back. We recorded that track. You were on there. A lot of people were on there. We were live actually. We were
I
listening.
remember. I mean, a lot of times we went live, but I was right there with y'all.
So, you know, but Blanco had a verse up. Blanco's because Blanco, man, big shouts to Blanco because Blanco sometimes whenever he's got a track, something going on, he's always telling me like, yo, Fusionn, I want you on this track because
Blanco.
I think you sound good on here. You know what I mean? And when the Fallout came out, I wrote that track because I was feeling a type of way because I had a best friend who now is who is now with like my family members. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of family members that I don't fuck with like that. There's just, you know what I mean? So there's a side that I don't really mess with like that. We don't really talk. So, you know, he sides with them, whatever, because situation. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, Trust Me, I'm a Rapper, the intro was aiming toward him when that squeaky voice was talking about like what you mean you back? You know what I mean? He's like, you gotta be real, man. That that whole situation of you gotta be real is something that happened one day where I said I felt like I had to cut him off, him and a couple other people. And the Fallout was basically explaining that. I made some phone because he was from Puerto Rico.
Oh wow.
So he came down, and then when he came down, he didn't humble himself. You know what I mean? Because my family gave him everything. You know what I mean? From the apartment, from the car that he needed to get to work. You know what I mean? Nobody bothered him. We just gave it to him, and then just like did his thing. But then, he's got the nerve to brag about it. You know what I mean? Saying like, "Yo, I came back from the States and now I'm good," blah blah, and all this other shit. And we had a big argument one time. Where it was the last day I actually saw him. Where you know when the truth comes out when somebody's drunk. So
Yeah.
so he felt some type of way because I don't know if everybody remembers. You guys remember back when I used to have these hats that used to say "fuck you, I evolved," "fuck a comeback, I evolved," all this other stuff like the evolution continues because that was something I wanted to run with. But I remember when he seen it, he had like a little problem with it or something, and it kind of threw me off a little bit because I started realizing like, yo, you know what? Maybe I have to start trying to get away from my circle. Then I had this quote that came up like on Instagram that randomly came up out of nowhere, where it said the reason being why things aren't working for you is because you keep involving yourself in the same circle. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I started looking at the quote, and then I kind of felt like that was a message for me. So then I took it. I was like, you know what, fuck it. So then I started cutting people off, and that track was basically saying, you know, I made some phone calls back to PR, all them conversations that we have from afar. You know what I mean? Where it's just basically saying like, yo, I was always there with you, my nigga. I was always there making sure everything was good and all that shit. You got the nerve to talk about me being in the same place that I'm in, doing this and doing that. My nigga, like, you don't do what I do. You know what I mean? At least I'm trying to sit here and do my thing while you guys are sitting there working a regular 9 to 5. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there trying to make some shit happen. So that was the Fallout. When I put out the Fallout, I remember Blanco actually telling me, he was like, when he heard my verse, he was like, damn, bro, now you make me want to rewrite my verse. I remember that.
He's silly.
Yeah, but I remember that verse. Like I've always liked it, and I always used to tell Blanco, so yo, Blanco, this track is fire, man. Like the verse you did and the chorus, like it really falls in place. And then I actually spoke to Blanco because Blanco was gonna throw that on his project, and then I, spoke to Blanco. Blanco, you think I could put this on the Wandering Brain? We was like, yeah. We both decided was like, we're gonna do it, and then we got the Fallout on there, man. It definitely is a big track. If anybody could tell, I know a lot of audio engineers who listen in, and a lot of audio engineers who probably gonna hear this later on and everything. If you listen to the Fallout and you listen to everything else, the quality is a lot different. Now, I want to let you guys know that the Fallout was something that I recorded back. It was like just like Blanco just said, back in like February. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I got to that point where I put it out there. You know what I mean? I let everybody know, like, yo, the Fallout, man, is something that I really wanted to put out. Let everybody know what's up, even if the quality wasn't where it's supposed to be. But I never had any issues with quality like that. A lot of people were saying like this shit was good. But
Yeah.
when you hear the quality now, like if you hear Love Connection, if you hear the Tonight track, if you hear Never Settle, the quality has
Skyrocketed.
Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of different tracks. You know what I mean? GMB Ill, he's got a couple tracks coming out sometime later. You know what I mean? He's got a couple tracks that I've done a lot of mixing and mastering on.
I can't wait.
There. You know what I mean? Blanco's got a couple tracks already.
Definitely.
To get out there. You know what I mean?
Can't wait.
Actually, tomorrow we're dropping a track. We're dropping Pray, which is featuring me.
I can't wait to hear that.
That track is basically giving, knowledge to everybody, man, especially with all the shit that's going on. You know what I mean? We want to be able to uplift everybody as we always do. You know what I mean? So Pray was something that we wanted to get out there to let everybody know, we still working. Me and Blanco's still working, just to let everybody know, you know what I mean? We're still working on content and everything else. Just because the brand, we're going to talk a little bit about the brand later. But just to let you guys know. But.
For sure. Yeah, like I said, the track was dope. It was fire, and I can't wait till you all come out with the track tomorrow. Pray. I definitely want to check that out. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you know what I'm saying, I got to get to another one of my favorite tracks. The original before the remix. I know how it feels. And wait, before you say anything, shout out to the only female MC that was featured on this EP. Yes. Soundcheck. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something, man. The I Know How It Feels remix. I remember she hit me up and she told me she wanted to be remixed on the track. I said, all right, no problem. You know what I mean? Because I know Soundcheck, man, ever since that track that we dropped that she put me on.
Don't stop.
Yeah, I already knew from the moment that like she was really, really good. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what? Let me just run with that. When I sent her the instrumental, that fucking return time was so quick. She gave it to me, I think like the next day type stuff, where it's just like, yo, I got it done. And then I looked in the email and I'm like, all right. So I looked at it. I didn't hear it until I was ready to mix and master it when I was working on the Wandering Brain. So when I heard it and I heard the verse and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck, yo? And the thing is, I didn't have a verse already written for the remix yet. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, fucking Soundcheck killed this shit.
She did.
I hit her up and I asked him, like, yo, I'm sorry to tell you, man, but you fucking killed this, bro.
She did.
You really killed this. And she's like, oh, thank you, man, blah, blah, and everything else. I'm like, yo, it's like every single time I hear it. And then since, like I said, I'm working on mixing and mastering a lot more than before. The quality came out amazing on that track.
It really did.
The remix was on point. Like
it
she
definitely was.
Her thing. I definitely love how Soundcheck's her flow is. I love her voice.
Me too.
Good, like her music mind. You know what I mean? Like the way she thinks of stuff and the way she does things. I gotta give it a Soundcheck, man. She's definitely very, very unique, bro. Yeah,
definitely a unique musician.
Yeah, she definitely is one of a kind, man. Big shout outs to Soundcheck, real shit. I definitely love everything she be dropping, yo. And and the thing is, she's not afraid to try different things. You know what I mean? That's the good thing about her, is that she's not afraid to try anything. She always goes in and does her thing, man. So big shout outs to Soundcheck, man. Thank you for that remix.
For real. Because I was looking forward to a remix for I Know How It Feels. I think I said that like the last review, music
Yeah,
review I did of it, and I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this has to have a remix to it because it's that cold, you know.
And I think it's more than one remix. You know what I mean? I think it should be remixed a couple times. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
I feel like a lot of people have different ways of feeling how they feel about certain stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
So I
exactly.
definitely feel, I mean, Blanco was talking to me before. He was telling me he wants to remix it. You know what I mean? A couple other people, you know what I mean? A couple other people hit me up. I know Gates said the same thing, you know what I mean?
Oh
So
man, that shit gonna
everybody
be
wants to hear.
bananas. I can
So it's
see
like,
it now.
yeah, I want to hear everybody's aspect on that, man, because I know how it
Exactly.
definitely has an outreach for a lot of people. And let me tell you, man, that track is definitely one of my top ones I love, man, because I feel like
Yeah,
I definitely touched on a lot of people's related issues, you know what I mean? So
definitely. That's why she killed the shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
definitely. Big
she understood it from the third eye. She understood that shit.
You guys got to check out Soundcheck when you get the chance too, man. Soundcheck, when you spell check is CHEQ. So if you check
Yes.
on Spotify, she's up there. You put it all together, Soundcheck. She's got a lot of good stuff up there, man. And I keep telling her to open herself up, get into Instagram, get into all that, but she's still, in the Facebook genre. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, all right, to stay there, but nah, she definitely got potential, bro. I appreciate her much, man. Real shit.
Definitely. And so Fusionn, let's talk about your brand, the Wandering Brainn. Like how did you come up with the logo, you know what I'm saying? And where can people buy the hoodies and the t-shirts? You feel me?
Yeah. Well, when it comes to the Wandering Brainn, like I said, Blanco was the one who helped me create that alias. I the cartoon character that I have created was from my homeboy Clever Art, who created the Trust Me I'm a Rapper, the Trust Me I'm a Rapper cover. He didn't create anything else but that one. I do have another cover, but I'm not going to show you guys yet because that's something later in the future I'm going to give you guys. But he's created a lot of our stuff, and he's always good with his art, man. The guy is phenomenal with everything he makes. So the Wandering Brainn is pretty much what it is. You know what I mean? It's right then and there, self-explanatory from the cartoon itself too. The
It's so
cartoon
cute.
shows that
Mhm.
it's just somebody walking.
Wandering the rain with
Yeah,
legs, wandering around. That's a
yeah.
brain.
What, you want me to bring the
So
original?
the what?
The original Wandering Brain from back in the day?
Yeah.
You want me to bring it?
Yeah. So the original Wandering Brainn, yeah, she's gonna bring the original. So the
Okay,
original
cool.
Wandering Brainn was was just that, you know what I mean? I wanted to give people that feel of like, yo, that cartoon character, he's always walking around because that's me, you know what I mean? I'm the fucking
Yeah.
guy that just walks around ideas. I wake up in the fucking morning, then it's like I got so much content in my head, like, yo, I think I should do this, yo, I think I should that, you know what I mean? So it's like I got several things, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So let me just show you guys the regular Wandering Brainn here. This was the original.
Wow.
This was the original logo for Speak Your Mind Radio.
That's dope.
This was the original Speak Your Mind Radio logo. It was
Wow.
just a brain with teeth, and you know what I mean. It caught a lot of people's attention because a lot of people were like, "Yo, like that's fucking dope." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you the brain is dope. And then of course some people didn't like it, but
I like it.
you know what I mean. It was something original. You know what I mean? So that was the brain. That was the Wandering Brainn. So when it came out to that point, you know what I mean? For everybody who doesn't know, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys got the ticket, the ticket that's on the cover of the Wandering Brainn. I got it tatted on me. You see?
Yes, I see it. Definitely. Yeah,
So
I see it's upside down. Yep.
So regularly it was just going to be just the Wandering Brainn, but then I turned it into like a little carnival effect. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
but that's what it was. My boy Clever Art made the whole cartoon. And I told him the way to make it. I was like, yo, just make it as like this picture. I send them a picture. And he made it look like a Mojo Jojo type shit. You know what I mean? So I like it. I love it, man. And I appreciate Clever Art for that. You know what I mean? And that's basically the concept of the Wandering Brainn. You know what I mean?
And where can people purchase the hoodies and the t-shirts from?
So from the hoodies and the t-shirts, guys, I just want to let you guys know, www.listentofusionn.org. That's with 2 N's, Fusionn. So listentofusionn.org. You go up there. There's a section that says merchandise. You click on that merchandise section. When you click the link, let me just tell you guys, when you click the link, don't think that just I only have 4 things up there right now. So when you click the link, it'll take you to a wide range of different stuff. I have a
Mhm.
lot more stuff up there. So for everybody who purchased merch, I appreciate you guys for purchasing the merch. I appreciate you guys for getting in tune with the Wandering Brain and everything else, man. As we're talking now, the last time, I don't know who the hell is sharing, but somebody is sharing because for some odd reason, the last time I checked the Spotify today, before I came on the interview and stuff, there's 25 people listening right now. So I don't know
Wow.
where are they listening from, but they're listening.
That's
all that
dope.
matters. So something is happening because yesterday it was
Mhm.
up at 40. So somebody is sharing. I don't know who is sharing, but whoever is sharing, I appreciate you guys for sharing.
Definitely. Definitely. Keep the love going, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you
Definitely.
guys definitely for sharing it and letting people know what's up with the project, man. But I definitely feel like everything is moving the way it's supposed to with the Wandering Brain.
I believe you too, and I'm gonna definitely have to cop a sweater. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm still waiting for my t-shirt.
Yeah, yo, where's your merchandise, yo?
Hold out.
Nah, man, I want that shirt, man, yo.
I told you extra large.
I know. I said that. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get there. You know.
Oh, no, where'd you get the merch though? Where'd you get the merch?
Creative Blessings off Instagram. She created this shirt.
Okay.
And I'm just happy that she did because she's so beautiful, like a beautiful soul. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When you bless somebody else, you get blessed back. And that's exactly what we did. We blessed each other.
That's freaking wonderful. Yeah, when I looked at the t-shirt, you did the whole commercial thing. Yeah, I fucking love it, yo. I love that commercial, bro. That's something I really love that commercial all the time. Like it's something that you definitely could put out there, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But no, yo, you let me know after this interview. Let me know. Go on the website, check which one you want, and I'll get it for you. Let me know. So
you sweet, man.
Every time you do an interview, just put it on.
You said what?
Every time you do an interview, you could just put it on.
That's what I was gonna do because we affiliated. That's what I was gonna do. What you thought?
Yeah,
what you thought? Nobody wasn't gonna see it on me, nigga.
You're hanging up right there in the back.
No, it's gonna be right on my ass, like right here. Shit.
But I appreciate everybody for copying. Uplifted copied. He got some. My homeboy J Kid got a mug and a shirt, man. I appreciate him. I appreciate all the people from like out, man, from like the UK. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Purchase because a lot of people from like they're from out of state, man. So
beautiful.
That even makes it even a lot better. That a lot of people were like really copying, man. Big shout out to Zodi. Big shout out to Phoenix. Big shout outs to Dan. You know what I mean? I'm just putting it out. I don't really know these people like that, but just for them copying the merch, that shows a lot of fucking support, yo. So I appreciate you all for doing that.
It does. God bless everybody that blesses Fusionn and his journey. I'm telling you, because it's big. It's only gonna go up after this. Mark my motherfucking words. Like I promise. Okay.
I definitely feel like it. I definitely feel like it's definitely to a good turning point. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's moving. It's moving to that point. And for everybody who doesn't know, you know what I mean? I'm at Full Sail University right now, learning the audio production. You know what I mean? The in and outs of how to work with sound. And it's been fucking amazing, yo. It's already my 6th month and I already have straight A's, bro. Straight A's. I'm already this is about to be the last class right now. This was my recording principles class where I was just working on like the basics of Logic Pro X. You know what I mean? And just to tell you that, I already got a fucking 100 on this shit already. You know what I mean?
Oh, congratulations.
So it's like it's moving, you know what I mean? It's putting me in that position. But like I said, I want to do that, you know what I mean? I want to get into the gaming situation too. I know a lot of people, big shout out to my homeboy J Kid who just jumped into Facebook too. This thing right here is I want to get into the gaming situation. I want to get into the music situation as always. I want to be able to build, you know what I mean? There's way more stuff. And let's just talk about the platform Speak Your Mind Records, because I know a lot of people have been talking about how Speak Your Mind is still going. Guys, Speak Your Mind Records is still in the mix with stuff. You know what I mean? We are still working no matter what. You know what I mean? Like the brand itself. You know what I mean? I got Kim working on a couple things. I'm working on a couple things. You know what I mean? We're trying to build a brand. But I want to let you guys know that we're trying to build the brand the right way. You know what I mean?
Organically.
Yeah, just because You don't hear much of Blanco, which you are going to hear a lot more of Blanco. You're going to hear a lot more of Ill.
Definitely.
I just recently got the message that Ill is dropping his first track tonight, which is "Feel My Pain."
Okay.
It definitely is a must listen because that track is fucking hot. And
Okay.
I'm the one who did the engineering for that track, so definitely
I
check
can't
that
wait
out.
to hear it.
Ill's dropping that track. Blanco's got a track with me coming out tomorrow, like I said,
Pray.
called "Pray."
Mm-hmm.
We got that down packed. Like you're gonna hear a lot more. You're gonna hear a lot more Ill. You're gonna hear a lot more Blanco, just because the brand it's not shown like we used to have it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? No matter what, we're still working. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the main thing is I'm trying to put focus on the brand a little bit more. I want to make it more official. I don't want to make it more it's like verbal stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I want it to have its proper paperwork and so forth because um I was like I said, I was going through I'm in Full Sail University, and with the school, they showed me how to run a record label, and everything else. And it practically made a lot more sense to do it like that more than just doing it a regular way that I'm doing it now. You know what I mean? But I'm mainly more to also focus on the art of things,
Yeah.
being a musician, because I don't want the music thing taking me away from creating music because it's
Mm-hmm.
something that I always want to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So me as an artist, I'm trying to do my own thing and trying to get myself situated. Blanco as an artist, he's doing his own thing. He's trying to get his thing situated. Ill, the
Exactly.
same thing. You know,
Exactly.
uh, Ill's got a kid now, yo. Big shout out to him,
Whoa.
kid. You know what I mean? So it's like he's really trying to get himself situated with the music. You know what I mean? So it's like, we're still working. We're still working with each other. We're just gonna hit you guys with surprises down the line. You know what I mean? And that's
And
how.
speaking of being down the line, last question, but where is Fusionn going after this EP? Where are you taking your brand after this?
Shit. So I know we spoke about the Wandering Brain. We spoke about the Wandering Brain Volume 1. Now, yes, indeed, guys, I just want to let you guys know there is going to be a Volume 2. I'm not going to give you guys when. I'm not going to, y'all. I might even sit here and tell you guys that it's not done.
Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Shoot.
It's a secret though, you know what I mean? So I wanna drop this project alongside when you guys don't know, you know what I mean? But the Wandering Brain Volume 2, yes indeed, there's gonna be a Volume 2. There is going to be something else I'm gonna be working on other than the Wandering Brain, you know what I mean? There's a lot bigger things, you know what I mean? So like I'm gonna just tell you guys, the Wandering Brain, just for everybody who doesn't know, the Wandering Brain is not an album, is an EP. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people,
Yes.
a couple of the features that I did, they're calling it an album. It's an EP. It's something that just comes randomly. It's not nothing that's sold. You know what I mean? Because I was working on actually trying to form an album, but when I sat down, my girl sat down, we spoke about the concept of the actual project that I was supposed to put out, and it wasn't following along with that project. So we just decided to come out with the Wandering Brain. So yes, there's going to be a Volume 2. I'm not going to tell you guys when. I'll let you guys know when sometime later, like we did, with Volume 1. There's going to be an action album. There's going to be an actual album coming out sometime in 2021. I'm working with a lot of fucking producers, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of beat makers that I've been talking to, like left and right. We've been really trying to figure out and see the proper sounds to give you guys for this actual album, because if this is going to be my album, it has to have a lot of planning to do before we do anything. And like I said, you'll be hearing a lot more on the audio engineering side of stuff. You're going to see the credits go down as the Wandering Brain. You know what I mean? For audio engineering, you'll see you'll see a lot of different things coming out. So yeah, man, that's pretty much where my mindset is now. I want to work on more of just getting the proper sound right in order for anything. And if we talk in projects in general, there is going to be a Volume 2. Like I said, the Wandering Volume 2. We still need to figure out what happened with Willie and Dilly.
Exactly.
You know what I
need a conclusion.
Yeah, we need a conclusion. I don't even think there's going to be a conclusion. That's the thing about it.
You're so funny.
You know what I mean? So Willie and Dilly is going to come out. We have to find out what's happening with Willie and Dilly with Volume 2. There's going to be another project that's going to be in the works that I'm working on, and individual projects, like short projects, 3 to 4 tracks here and there, throwing you guys so you guys can still feel the feel of Fusionn and everybody else that I work with. But I just want to say thank you to every fucking person. That if you're not tuning in right now, I don't even care. You're probably tuning in later. But I just want to say thank you guys very much for supporting me on this project, for supporting me not as a musician, not as an artist, not as a rapper, but as a person as well. Because like I said, I'm only here to help everybody build. You know what I mean? And that's my main thing. Like I even spoke to Speak Your Mind about the situation. You know what I mean? When we were talking a lot about branding and marketing and so forth. And I told the same thing. It's not about my interview, man. It's more about my interview helping her platform grow. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to do. I want to be able to do that. So it's like I'm not just having this interview just to have this interview. I want to have this interview so I can help everything grow. You know what I mean? So everybody that just even shouted out, you know what I mean? Now, whoever's going to be watching this video is going to be going after them too. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
The
The hype is real.
You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. So that's where it comes down to with the Wandering Brain. Just like Blanco just said on the Facebook, he says, go stream that Wandering Brain Volume 1. If you haven't already heard it, it's all over the place, man.
Run them numbers up, y'all.
Apple, Spotify is up there, the Wandering Brain Volume 1. And if you want, even dig into my old stuff, the New Year Still Me project. Trust me, I'm a rapper. I got a lot of singles up there from Meditate to Ain't a Damn Thing Change, all that stuff, man. You'll definitely get a feel my vibe, you know what I mean? And for one, trust and believe when I say I'm not a fucking whack rapper.
Hell the fuck no.
That is something I'm just gonna let you guys know for a fact.
Exactly.
I am not garbage when it comes to rap.
No.
I am very knowledgeable when it comes to this music shit. I try to let
Definitely.
everybody know. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's how we getting down. So
all right, Mr. Fusionn up in the house. I see you. Yes. And y'all out there, do not forget to visit www.listentofusionn.org for more merch. You know what I'm saying? Hoodies, sweatshirts, all that. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to visit my YouTube, Speak Your Mind. Subscribe, y'all. Trying to get the numbers up. Subscribe, and view, you know?
Everybody who's in there, man, in the chat, make sure you guys subscribe to Speak Your Mind Radio. Even if you watch this later, because I'm gonna blast this shit on everybody's DMs. I don't give a fuck. But everybody who's in there, I just want to let you guys know, guys, this is the opportunity to be heard. This is the platform that's gonna allow you to be heard.
Yes.
If you guys really, really, really want to be heard and really want a radio interview, because I know a lot of people, you're asking for all these big radio stations to give you the interviews and stuff. If they're not giving it to you, it's because they don't want to give you the way of exposure. You know what I mean? So let's Speak Your Mind do that for you. That's why it's called Speak Your Mind, for a reason, to help you speak your mind. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Done deal. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Fusionn, for coming on today's show, brother. Like your presence was well needed and your presence was definitely missed. It's been 6 months since you've been on the platform, man.
6 months, yo.
That's a long time.
Now, it definitely is a long time, yo. Now I can't wait for the next one. You know what I mean? Like I said, every single time we get on the damn platform, it's more like it gets more
exciting.
It gets more exciting, and we build more knowledge in this piece. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I appreciate you for definitely having me on, man. Real shit.
For sure. And thank you guys for tuning in and listening out there. Don't forget to go to Speak Your Mind Speak Your Mind on YouTube, and subscribe and like and share this video.
You're ready.
All right.
Peace
out. Bye, Kim.